Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to this session focusing on PM Narendra Modi's Africa trip. Now, we all know that Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the African countries of Mozambique, South Africa, Tanzania, and Kenya in the month of July 2016. It is a well known fact that Shri Narendra Modi, since being elected as the Prime Minister of India, has time and again pressed upon the need for economic cooperation amongst the countries for development. Now, the main agenda for his visit to African countries of Mozambique, South Africa, Kenya, and Tanzania was to ensure cooperation in the field of energy and agriculture between India and the African countries. It was seen that China had been trying to increase its presence in the African countries, and therefore this step from the Indian government comes in at the right time. In such a scenario where China has been trying to increase its presence in the African countries, the bilateral ties between India and African countries are likely to improve the conditions in India. Now we know that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been traveling to different countries and developing or renewing trade ties with them. As a result of his continuous efforts, India's ranking in attracting foreign investments has gone up. Investors around the world have more trust in investing in India. India has also been able to secure some of the deals in international bilateral ties which it had been trying to do for the last many years. Now, before we start, let's have a brief outline about Africa. Africa is the world's second largest and second most populous continent. Africa is the largest of the three great southward projections from the largest landmasses of the earth, separated from Europe by the Mediterranean Sea and joined to Asia at its northeast extremity by the Suez Canal. Africa's largest country is Algeria and the smallest country is Seychelles, an archipelago of the east coast. The smallest nation on the continent mainland is the Gambia. Africa is very rich in natural resources. Mozambique has a huge reserve of natural gas and is rich in agricultural produce, and India looks to import pulses from there. Low sulfur and low ash coal is abundant in South Africa. Improved trade relations with other countries helps India to grow economically and by attracting foreign investments. The impact on trade relations would be India looks forward to bilateral trade ties with different countries of Africa. India is currently providing technical support to some of the African countries like Nigeria, etc. The same could be further extended to other countries so as to make use of available natural resources better. Import of gas from Mozambique and high-grade coal from South Africa could fuel the gas-based power stations and improve the efficiency of coal-based generators respectively. Importing pulses from Mozambique could bring down the high fruit grain rates in India. Now, in context of India, electricity is one of the most important commodity and service provided to the general public. Power and Coal Minister Shri Piyush Goyal has targeted power for all by the year 2020, and PM Modi's Africa visit comes in as a welcome step towards improvement of the Indian power sector. The following is a snapshot of the Indian power sector. It can be clearly seen that majority of the power comes through thermal generation sources, which forms about 70% of the total generation mix. Hydro comes in next at around 14%. Nuclear is still developing at 2% and renewable energy sources at 14%. When we talk about the various renewable energy sources as on 30th September 2016, wind power is the maximum at 61%, solar power at 18%, biomass power at 11%, small hydro power plants of less than 5 megawatt at 10%, and very small amount of waste to power energy. Now, the snapshot of electricity in India is Electricity demand in India is broadly divided into three sectors. The first one being agricultural, the second one being domestic, the third one being industry. Agricultural consumers are those consumers who consume electricity for growing various crops and agricultural activities, agricultural farms. The power consumed by these consumers falls into the agricultural uh, category. The power supplied to various households in the country comes under the domestic category, and the power supplied to medium, small, or large industries comes under the industrial category. The electricity demand in India is primarily catered through thermal power plants, as we saw in the last slide. Coal and gas are the primary fuels used in thermal power stations. Even though a certain percentage of the thermal power stations are running on liquid fuels such as naphtha or diesel, still, coal and gas are the primary fuels being used. The increase in import of superior coal from South Africa and gas from Mozambique will boost the thermal power generation in India, which in turn will provide new avenues for power trading in the country. Before we go further, let's discuss about a little bit about power trading. Power trading is relatively a very new concept for India. However, the same is a very highly developed market operating in Europe and other developed countries. Power trading is referred to as the purchase of electricity for sale thereof, which means that we purchase the electricity in order to sell that electricity to various distribution companies for further distribution to agricultural, domestic, or industrial consumers using that electricity. Power trading in India is said to be at a very early stage, and increased generation will further help industry to grow with leaps and bounds. Now, power trading in India is at a very early stage. When I say this, I mean to say that a very small percentage of power generated in the country is actually being traded in as a whole. If we go through the details, this is a snapshot of the power market. We can see that over the years starting from 2010 to 2013-14, there has been a significant rise in the volume of energy being traded in the power market. However, this energy is very small as compared to the power actually generated in the country. The power actually generated in the country is somewhere in excess of 3 gigawatts, whereas we see that the power actually traded in the market in the year 13 and 14 is very less. In the second graph, we can clearly see that there are various companies that are involved in the process of power trading. GMR Energy Trading, JSW Power Trading Company, Mittal Processors, Tata Power Trading, PTC India are some of the companies that are involved in the process of power trading. Coming to MBA Energy Trading. Here at UPES, we strive to provide the best suited professionals to the industry. In this direction, MBA Energy Trading provides the best professionals in the field of oil, gas, coal, and power trading. In today's changing scenario, trading professionals with the following skills are required in the market. They should have sound knowledge of the current market scenario. They should have understanding of various trading principles. They should have understanding of fundamental and technical analysis, handling dynamic markets, maximizing profits with reduced risk, mitigation of risk using the current financial derivatives. Now, when we talk about MBA energy trading, we focus on a course that gives knowledge of various trading techniques that are followed in the oil, gas, coal, and power market. As we discussed, that power market is developing in the country, and over the years it has been seen that new professionals with enhanced trading skills in the power market are required to handle the ever-changing markets. When we talk about trading principles, each and every market in itself has certain principles that have to be followed while trading of that particular commodity. When I talk about power as a commodity, as a specific commodity, there are certain characteristics of power that I would like to highlight. First thing is that power has to be consumed the very moment it is generated, and it is either difficult or very costly to store power. Therefore, it cannot be stored. The moment power is generated from a generating station, it has to be transmitted to a source of consumption. For this process, we need trading professionals who can understand the trading principles of the market and trade the power the very moment it is available. Understanding fundamental and technical analysis. There are certain analyses that have to be carried out before trading in any market. When we see the share markets, for instance, the traders who are actually working on those markets, they are referring to certain charts, they are referring to certain data, they are referring to certain historical data on the basis of which they are taking the decision of either purchasing or selling a particular stock. Similarly, when I talk about commodities like power, when I talk about commodities like gas, the same fundamental and technical analysis are used. I need to understand the basic characteristics of the commodity that I'm trading. I need to understand the past, the kind of which he takes risk. However, he needs to understand the fact that the risk that he is taking in the market should be reduced to a limit wherein the profits are maximized, but the kind of risk that is involved or the risk of making a loss in a transaction is reduced. However, there are situations wherein the risk cannot be avoided 100%. In such situations, the risk should be mitigated by using the correct financial derivatives. When I talk about financial derivatives, I am referring to the financial derivatives that are easily traded in the exchange based market, like futures, forwards, options, and swaps. When I talk about energy trading, it is a practical understanding of the basic energy derivative structures that are currently used in trading, marketing, and risk management. When I talk about energy trading as a course, MBA Energy Trading provides career prospects in commodity trading, in business analysis, in marketing of energy products such as oil, gas, coal, and power, in trading of bunker. Bunker here is referred to as the fuel that is used in ships. Analysis, research analysis, there are various companies working in the market in the field of analysis, in the field of research. They go into deep into a particular product. They give you entire details of how to market your product, how to sell your product in the open market. And last but not the least, consultancy. Consultancy is one area in which energy trading has been developing. As I said, Indian market is a growing market, and therefore a lot of consultants are required at every point in the business that they can provide uh, valuable advice as regards whether it's about production, whether it's about marketing, whether it's about operations of my industry. Now, these are the domain benefits and functional benefits when I talk about energy trading. Basic knowledge for every sector, that is coal, oil and gas, power, maritime, and trading is done in these sectors. Energy trading and risk management is very important in this ever changing environment. Energy and utilities, which focus on the use of various energy products, whether it's oil, whether it's coal, whether it's gas. Power trading, we have been discussing about power trading in great details. And renewable sectors, solar, wind, geothermal, and carbon. In fact, renewable sectors is one area where uh, the market has been developing very fast. There was a point when we thought that wind power or solar power would not be sufficient to power the various operations and various uh, things that go on in the industry. But in the recent past, it has been seen that large solar plants, large wind plants, have been catering to the requirements of various industries. In fact, various industries have been totally relying on renewable energy sector for their energy requirements. Geothermal is one area which is coming up. Another area that is coming up very fast is tidal energy, that is, utilizing the energy of the ocean to generate power and use in the industry. The functional benefits being financial management is covered on the basics of tradings and the financial markets so as to give the students an insight on how companies manage their finances when we talk about a company for trading or a company for marketing of energy commodities. Marketing, trade procedures are given so as to ensure that when we talk about international trade, when we talk about the ties between India and African countries, we have to ensure that the trade procedures are in place so that the commodities that are being traded amongst the two countries are seamlessly transferred. Research methodology in order to ensure that whatever research has to be done in a particular area is carried out in a proper methodological manner and so that it gives the best results. Now, I would like to shed some light on the fact how we are unique. We are a domain course. We are specialized in the trading of oil, gas, coal, and power. We have 100% domain course faculty that are from the industry who have worked at middle or senior level management. We have a practical based learning approach. We have management games, domain case studies and role plays, industrial visits, special trainings in software such as SAP, Primavera, SQL, etc. Now, to ensure that we actually provide the right knowledge in the field of trading of oil, gas, and coal and power, it is very important that we have faculty who have actually worked in the industry. People who have worked in the industry, they come to the college, they deliver lectures, and they make sure that the students actually learn the practical environment that is followed in the market. This gives the student an exposure to the market even before they actually enter the market for their work. Then we have industry academia interactions. Various guest lectures are organized in the college so as to expose the students to to the executives and to the professionals who are working in the industry. There are various collaborations that are going on in the industry with the industry with the companies working in the industry. So again, the basic aim is to provide students with the exposure towards the market. A 2 month summer internship is a mandatory part of the course, wherein the students are sent to various industries where they undergo internship for 2 months. They work with they work in the company, they work with the professionals of the company, and they learn the various methods and the various ways in which they can excel when they actually enter the market. Co-teaching is another part wherein the courses are designed in such a manner that more than one teachers or more than one faculties are required for the successful delivery of a particular course. Here, the expertise of more than one faculties is involved. When we talk about co-teaching, it is very important as each and every faculty has its own area of expertise, and when we actually combine the expertise of 3 or 4 faculties, what we get is a successfully delivered program. There are management development programs organized in the campus wherein the students get a chance to interact with people from various companies, whether they come from middle management, whether they come from senior management. This interaction gives them a very good opportunity to understand how the industry works and how people have been working in the industry. Gives them knowledge about various processes that are being followed in the industry. Then we have a very special and unique faculty industry attachment program. Here the faculties are sent for the 15 days program with the industry, wherein the faculties who do not have industry exposure or who would like to develop expertise in some other sector or in some other department of the same sector are sent are a part of these programs. They go to various companies, they learn how things are being carried out in addition to their own expertise. Then we have the industry aligned course content development. We ensure that whatever course that we are delivering in the entire 2 years is industry aligned, which means that each and every subject that is delivered to the students, it has a background from the industry. The industry somehow is the industry somehow requires those particular subjects and professionals from various who can actually work in those areas. This is a screenshot of the departmental faculties who have been teaching in the Department of Oil and Gas. We are headed by Dr. S.K. Pokhriyal, who has 22 years of industry experience and 10 years of academic experience, followed by Dr. George Fernandez, Mr. Atul Rawat, myself, Mr. Navdeep Bhatnagar, Mr. Pankaj Mohan Prasad, Ms. Sonal Gupta, Professor Yagnik, who has left the organization in 2015 but is still supporting us as a visiting and guest faculty, Ms. Soumya Sharma, Mr. A.S. Ujwal, Mr. Rabi Gayan, and Mr. S.C. Gupta. There is one thing that is common in all the faculties who have been visiting or teaching the department as a full time, that is industry experience. We give special preference to people who have industry experience in the field of oil and gas so that the students can be given an insight of the industry. One more thing that is very important for development of the students is industry interaction. When we talk about industry interaction, in the previous slides also I have been mentioning that the students are exposed to people from the industry who ensure that they are in a position to share their knowledge about the industry with the students. The students gain immense knowledge from the experiences of these industry professionals who come in the industry for expert lectures, workshop, video lectures, domain as visiting faculties, and also the alumni who have been a part of university and are now working in the industry. Summer and optional winter internships has already been discussed. The students are sent for a mandatory summer and an optional winter internship wherein they are exposed to the industry and they make sure that they learn from the industry, they get hands-on experience on the various processes of the industry. Industrial visit. Once in a period of 2 years, the students are taken to industrial visits in various companies. Again, the main aim of this industrial visit is to familiarize the students with the industrial practices. The another main important aim of this industrial visit is to ensure that the students actually know that the things that they are learning in the classroom are happening in the industry. Students are taken to refineries, they are taken to power plants, they are taken to energy exchanges, they are taken to stock exchanges. Then a theme paper presentation. A theme is provided to the students on which they have to present a paper in any of the journals that are published, whether Indian or international. The main aim of this paper is to ensure that the student learns writing skills and his knowledge is tested when he is actually writing that paper. Various conferences that go on in whether those conferences are in India or abroad, our students are free to attend those conferences by they have to abide by the rules and regulations of the conference. However, they have support of the college staff and of the department in attending these conferences. Now, this is a glimpse of various guest lectures that we have had in the past year. We have Padma Bhushan Shri B.K. Chaturvedi, who is a member of Niti Aayog. We have Mr. Rajan K. Pillai, who is the MD of ISPRL. Mr. S. Krishnan, the chairperson of PNGRB. We have had Dr. B. Mohanty, a member of PNGRB and ex-director of PPAC. Mr. Narendra Kumar, managing director of IGL. Mr. Indrajit Bose, executive director of IOCL. Mr. Mahendra Kumar, ex-CEO of Reliance Energy Trading Limited. Mr. Hari Prakash, VP Retail Sales of Valvoline Cummins. Now, you can see that various people from holding key positions in the oil and gas sector are present in the college and are sharing their experiences of the industry with the students. We ensure that these guests who come in to the campus share their experiences, they talk to the students, they interact with the students, and give an insight of the industry to the students. The students also feel motivated after meeting the key people of the important companies and important departments of India and Government of India. Here you can see this is a glimpse of various guest lectures going on in the industry and students gaining immensely from the speakers. These are the various companies in which students from MBA Energy Trading were taken for the industrial tour. Reliance Infrastructure, MCX, that is your multi-commodity exchange, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, Indian Energy Exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange, Indian Oil Tanking are some of the companies in which the students have been visiting and understanding the basics of the industry and the manner in which the industry is going on. These are some of the companies in which the students are offered internships, summer internships. Reliance Industries Limited, Bharat Petroleum, Shell, Indian Oil, ONGC, Kane Energy, GAIL, Observer Research. These are some of the very well-known companies of the country which offer summer internships and later on jobs to students of University of Petroleum, Department of Oil and Gas. Now, we ensure that the students also get domain training from the industry. We have domain movie screenings. We have training for students in special software such as SAP, Primavera, SQL, etc. We provide training to the students on softwares like CQG, GCI, and some other softwares that we have that are available in the market. Then we also provide certification on project management from PMI. This certification is on paid basis and this is not mandatory. This is a voluntary certification that a student can opt for. Now, these are the effective areas of operation in an organization where students of MBA Energy Trading can fit in very easily. Operations, as we talk about power trading as an industry, operations of power trading and other trading like commodity trading, the students of energy trading can very well fit in. Customer relations, when we talk about customer relations, in specifically in energy sector, we talk about companies providing city gas. We talk about companies providing fuel to retail customers. Finance, again, when we talk about finance, we are specifically talking about finance in the oil and gas department, wherein various financial activities, and as I said earlier, that trading is a commercial activity, so finance is at every step in a trading transaction when I talk about. International relations, most of the companies that I discussed in the previous slides who have been offering internships have international operations as well. Therefore, students from MBA Energy Trading are fit for international relations. Projects students are directly placed on various projects of consulting companies as well as operational companies in the market. Procurement, as we discussed earlier, uh, power trading, the first thing in power trading is purchase of power, procurement of power, and procurement of other commodities as well for further trading in the market. Therefore, students of MBA Energy Trading are trained in a manner that they can handle procurement of any commodity in the market and commercial operations. Ultimately, the entire trading, whether I talk about trading in oil, trading in gas, trading in power, comes down to commercial as a commercial activity. Students of this particular course can take up commercial activity in any sector. They are trained in the campus to handle any type of commercial activity in these areas. The skills that are developed are from the perspective of front office. We ensure that the students understand the energy markets, uh, they understand energy economics, they have analytical skills, they can work on hedging strategies and instruments, they can handle risk, they can measure the risk involved in a particular transaction and mitigate that risk. They can work on economic models. They can work on fundamental and technical analysis, as we discussed earlier. They have in-depth understanding of statistical and technical tools. Coming to the back office, uh, we talk about energy industry accounting. They can take care of energy industry accounting. They can take care of trade procedures and documentation, settlement procedures of various trading methodologies, research and analysis. These are some of the recruiters who have offered jobs to our students in the past year. Reliance Industries, Wipro, Sapient, Accenture, Infosys, Transocean, Money Current Power are some of the companies who have offered jobs to our students. The last year's average package stood at 5,65,000 per annum, and it has been growing since the very inception of this course in the year 2005. These are certain activities in which the students participate. We have a oil window. This is a quarterly newsletter in the Department of Oil and Gas. This is a bi-monthly magazine that is entirely managed and edited by the students. Naftonomics is an event that the Department of Oil and Gas holds every year. This is entirely a student-managed event, student-funded and student-managed event, wherein various speakers from across the industry are called in, and they interact with the students. There are various activities that the student plan. In student research publication, we encourage the students to go into publication of their own research papers, write research papers, and get those papers published in various Indian and international journals. Then we have students of our department are members in various professional and student bodies like Petrotech and SPE student chapters. We have a very active participation in Petrotech. There are various cultural and technical festivals that are held in the campus for the all-round development of the students, and the students also participate in community service. With that, I come to the end of my presentation. Any questions from your side would be welcomed. Thank you very much.